Okay. So if you saw my last video, leaving an abusive relationship, I was so nervous to post that, by the way. I'm like, what is the backlash gonna be? Like, are people gonna think I'm crazy? Is he gonna come after me? Are the police gonna see it and then try to tell me to take it down? Which, by the way, I would still keep it up even if they told me to take it down. Because the video is not really just about him, it's also about how the police are handling it. Like, what are they doing? I mean, are they literally just waiting for him to cross over state lines and by chance, they get behind him in the car and they pull him over? I mean, what's the likeliness of that? So is he just gonna get away with this just based on location? And then how am I supposed to take that? He hasn't contacted me and I haven't seen him and it's been like 2 months. So there's a really good chance that he's dating another girl now and he's just setting her up for the same thing. And what will happen if she actually gets killed? I mean, I've done all I can. You know, I've called the police, I've tried to handle it. And I still don't understand how I felt like I need to see him again and why I felt sorry for him and why I kind of felt like I need to look out for him in a way. And that's kind of weird. I know it is, but I guess like maybe that's part of the manipulation, is the confusion. And that's always like every time I've ever been sexually assaulted or anything like crazy like that's happened to me, it's always been because of that confusion. There was always that question. Like I always could pinpoint it back to me stopping and questioning my own thoughts. And it was like me stopping and questioning my own thoughts was what allowed it to happen. I always like to analyze things and figure out why they happened and what I can do to prevent them in the future. I don't think he saw the video because I really think that he would have messaged me. But then he does know me and he does know at this point I would probably show it to you and maybe he wouldn't want that. Or maybe it was a really good eye-opener for him, you know, and he realized what he did and he saw it in a different light and he was able to go, wow, I didn't know that I affected somebody like this. But then part of me is like, is it possible to be in such a blind rage that you just don't remember what you did? Or would you just be like so embarrassed that you would do something so awful to somebody that you would just try to downplay it? I could never imagine hurting somebody like that. I couldn't imagine stealing from somebody. I couldn't imagine beating them up. I couldn't even imagine like spreading lies about somebody on the internet. And it seems like over the years there was always like a time, okay, when I had like a moment to observe the person that did something awful to me. And it would be like later down the line. And it was always like something really sad. Like they were really, really hurting. And it was almost like they wanted to hurt me because they thought I was doing better than them. I'm hurting so much, so what if I hurt someone else? It's kind of what it was like. But that's not an excuse. That doesn't make it okay. Like if you're hurting so much, you should try to make other people feel better because you hurt. At least that's what I try to do. I mean, here I am sitting in front of a camera talking about really personal things, not because I really want to blast my life out there to the world, but because I think it could be helpful to somebody else. I like to think that people make mistakes and that you shouldn't be judged for every move you make in life, you know? I couldn't sleep the night after I posted the video about the abusive relationship. I tossed and turned and I was just like in a panic. Like, okay, did I do the right thing? And part of me is going, okay, I'm gonna hold the police accountable too for not doing their job. Okay, like they didn't do their job, right? They didn't. I jumped out of a car at a stoplight and started running through an apartment complex and called the police. And they were more concerned about my date of birth and spelling my last name than my well-being. I told them it multiple times and they kept asking me. And that was the thing they kept asking me when I saw him jump out of the car and start chasing me. And I knew that when I started hiding, if I started talking on my phone, that he would find me, he would hear me talking. And they kept saying, "What's your date of birth again?" I'm like, really? I'm gonna be killed over telling the police my date of birth? How am I supposed to handle this? What am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to think? And I've already been against calling the police because I don't trust them and because I know that they don't care, and I know that. But in this situation, it was so bad. It was literally so bad. What choice did I have? And I think literally the only reason that Benny hasn't showed up here at my house is because I have the camera system now. And I only got the camera system, by the way, because of him. Because if he showed up here, I'd have evidence. And that would scare him. I wish I had good news for you. I don't. I haven't had a mental breakdown yet. And I probably won't. I feel like I've probably already been in this state of panic and fear and pain for such a long time. Like even before the pandemic, way before this YouTube channel thing, I've already lived in that state for like ever. So this isn't a new thing to me. And maybe other people can, you know, well, Creature, yes. It's like Creature hears me talking to the camera and he's like, what is going on? I gotta be part of this. And I know everybody goes through something crazy in their life, and we've all had awful things happen that we are afraid to share, and things that we will never really get over. Things that will always be a pain in our heart for the rest of our life, no matter what we do. And I think that that's just something that happens to everyone. But time does take the sting away. After a while, the sting will fade, but the memory will always remain. And it's important to never forget. Just be honest, because everything comes down to the truth anyways. And that's why I'm so straight to the point and tell you how it is, because I know that you're gonna figure it out anyways. And it always comes down to the truth. The universe will reveal the truth no matter what. So, one of these days I'm gonna have some amazing news and you're just not gonna be able to believe it, and neither am I. And I'm gonna just think that I'm in a dream or I'm dead. I'll probably just think I'm dead. Well, when I have more to say, I will definitely be back with you. Creature. Hi, Creature. How are you? You hear him huffing and puffing. When he's mad, he goes, huffing and puffing, my Creature. Huffing and puffing.